stack the object one after another after another. So there are other layout like frame layout, fragments, table rows, stuff like that. Let us just you try to use relative or linear layout today. Let's get rid of this hello world. Let's go to form widget, text view. Now we need text view. Let's drag and drop a plain text view, right? Um, okay, so here we have a text field here. Here width, let us take this is one, yes? Yeah. You can do all this stuff from code as well. From code as well by user property, just like the Visual Basic stuff. You can do all from here, or you can just make a code and just write everything. Okay, so layout width, you can see there are three options: fill parent, match parent, wrap content. Wrap content means the width of this text, edit text will be as long as only as long as the text we provided, or to any other whatever other object we use. What we call it? I'll just use object for now. I forgot the term. So if you just say use the image view or button, wrap content means the size of that button will be just enough to fill the button. But let's say match parent. Now if you go back here, oh why not? Because of the margin, let me get rid of this margin. So you can see now this matches our parent, right? So we have now this full text view with full width, and you can go here and this is another. Here you can see request focus. It's just request focus as the name suggests. And maybe let's try to add one button. Android ID, we specify the name of the button like this, or we call ID. This is the ID how we use in code. Let's use a lazy name as a button one. We need to pass it width. Width should be, let's say, match parent. Height is usually wrap content. Depends on the layout, but we just want the height of the button to be just big enough to wrap the content, right? And we want Android text to click me. Now if I do this, I'll see a warning. Okay, let me close this. I'll see a warning saying hard-coded string. So I can refactor this. Just go to source. Refactor Android, extract Android string. We can say click me. Now if you go back to string.xml, you'll see our string entry is created here, and in our code now we no longer have the warning. Okay, sometimes if this happens, you can just try cleaning up the project. Okay, so we have a button, but if you go to our layout, the button is right on top of it because it's relative layout. We haven't. Vidhu is sleeping. Right on top of another layout. So what you can do is say, I'm not sure if I remember it correctly. Let's see if there's something with parent, align parent. Parent bottom true. Yeah. So now we have one string, we have here. Let's see if we can run this. Run. Okay, so here we have focus, we have button. When you click, nothing happens, but we can type, right? You can change this, like not make it multi-line, whatever you want. So any questions so far? We use XML to design, we wrote code, right? Now let's try to put some accent to the button. Again, there are multiple ways. The lazy and easiest way is we just click button. directly plugged in on the XML. Other is you can just get the button and add action listener on it from the code, just like the Java. Okay. Now here we have button click. Now let's go to button, but now we need to. Oh, what? Here another is like here is how we set out this r.layout.main means this activity uses this layout. Okay. So if people are feeling sleepy, I'll start asking questions.
Yeah.
Anyone feeling sleepy? Name is what is this main? This. Then why were you doing? What were you doing for so long?
This man.
Yeah.
Different
Where is
layout.
this?
Activity will be start, it will load that layer.
Right. Where is this layout?
Layer in the folder.
Is it correct? Vidur?
It's r.file. There's r. something file and it's ID for the file.
Yeah, right.
So there's some file.
Okay. So R again is we access reference via this R, which is again in this generated. I think it's inside generated. I cannot see. Okay, maybe in B. I forgot. Let's not worry about that.
Which source is here?
What? Let's not worry about that. Let's try to stick to the goal.
You're not sitting, it's okay.
So we have this layout. Now this is how we tell the activity to which layout to use. We are saying let's use this layout, and after this what I want to do is I want to say init. I want to call a init method, not necessary, but I just like to do this. I want to create a method called init. Here I want to define button one is from view by id r.layout dot no r dot I forgot r dot id dot button one. So this is how we get the up. Okay, can anyone tell me what we are doing here? Yogendra can tell me what we are doing here. Bad. So what we are doing is Prakash can wrong. We are getting the reference of button in our code from the XML. Let me define this button, let me import test commands and cast. Okay, so now we have button one, alright? And we have one public button click, this text view. This doesn't return anything. Okay, so this is the action listener for the button which says button click. Now, if you remember, like, do you know what toast is? Just like in Android application, sometimes a small message like pop-up comes in our screen. So we call it as a toast. Let's try to do toast content here we can say hello Barbies, duration we can say toast of right. So let's see what this does is sorry. This one is how long do you want to show it? We have two options, length long, length short.
It will flash for that amount
Yeah,
of time
so
if you make it.
If you go ahead and click me,
It'll stay there for a longer
for a
time.
while, right? Because we have long. So if you put it short, it will just go. Okay, so can anyone tell me what we should change in this line of code?
The text.
Yes. We should not hard code it, right? So we should refactor it. Right. So now we have this, right? But let's try to do this. Inside init, let's try to get, we have, what we have here? Edit text, right? So again, bad practice, edit text one equals to find r.id edit text. And let me create a field of text view. Let me import this and get back to here and pass the text view. So when the button is clicked, what I want to do is instead of showing this, I want to show button one dot get no, sorry, how we get the toast. Now this is, yes. This toast, this, no, but we have another center toast. No, you cannot do with this toast, but there are public libraries which, by using which you can change colors, doing it everywhere, anywhere. And another thing is this is just an activity. You can create your own activity and also show it. Yes, own dialog activity and do whatever you want. Okay, we are not using menu, so let me get rid of this. I'll try to show one important concept, which is after clicking button, we want to start another activity. Important one. Button is click, right? Okay, we click button, another activity opens. So how we open new activity? We use intent. Intent equals to new intent. We pass this. We pass second activity. Class. Start activities. Okay, but we don't have second activity. Let's create a second activity. It extends activity. Okay. Now we need to override.
You get the message of your text
Okay. Now here this is our activity. So what do we need need in this activity? What?
Uncreate method?
Okay. We have onCreate method. Now what?
Unstart and unstop.
OnCreate is here. We need a layout because activity cannot stand on its own.
Main.
Right? So let's go to our resource layout folder and create a app. We were in TikTok. We create new. Oh, here's the thing. You can just create file here, right? New file, or you can go to folder and just select Android XML layout file. It's the same thing. Let's call it second. We have a file. So what I want to do is have text view. Okay, let's try to use linear layout in this. Oh, it's already linear layout. Fair enough. So we have a text view, and let's try to increase it width, right? So here's a text view. Now let's go back to our second activity and actually go back to our first activity. Let's see how this gets called. Set content view, right? Let's go to the second activity, set content view or dot layout dot second, right? Now technically when you click the button, the second activity should open. Let's see if it happens so or not. I click, oops, we have an error, right? So now it's time to go to Android manifest.xml. I'll only talk about the one important line here, but this file contains many, all the lines in this file are very important. But for now, I'll just stick with activity. So here what we have to define is what activity our application has. See, we have one activity called this. I cannot see my finger. This, right? Now we need to define another activity which is not Android. TikTok second activity. We need to tell it that whatever activity we have. Okay, now let's try running it. What? See, now we got another text. What is yes, for every activity that our activity uses, we need to define activity like this. Because it was generated by the ID. But here you can see this is the activity, this is the take.main, this is the label we have for activity, here, and this uses an intent filter which says that whenever there is a launcher is pressed and launcher is from where activity launch, this should start. This activity is the one that gets start. You can just put it in the another activity and that will start.
That is what we got in activity.
Yes.
Can we set the different icons for different activities?
Yes, but usually not recommended because your icon is like the identity of your application.
Then we have different options here, right?
Where?
Under application.
Yes, you can do that. This is for application. You can define for like label blah 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 here as well. But it's not recommended because if you have two different icons, then people will think it's two different activities. So it's not recommended. Okay, now we have successfully started the second activity, but what we want is pass the string, right? Okay, let me see. Indent the extra. I'll just try. I'm trying to pass this. Visually again splitting. I'm again trying to pass this whatever we typed in that text field into the second activity. Let me make this. Okay, in second activity we go here. We call image here. We define we have a text view, text view one. Text view one. We need to create field. It's a big text view. And cast. Okay, so we have this. After this, I'm not sure if this is correct. Intend no, does not equal to intend and let's test this. If you have any question on this code while the app is loading. What? So if we go to here, what I'm doing is just like the association we talked earlier. Here's the intent. We start activity using this intent, right? But we put extra in here, which is the value of edit text one. While creating that intent, we use this, right? You can see this, right? Now, in the second activity, while creating, we are saying get intent is the one who created this, and we are calling get extras. Intent that get string extra, which returns a bundle, which we passed from the earlier main activity. Nemis, can you explain?
This one extra?
Yes. How we got this? Hello, Babu.
We use put extra because Android doesn't have those functionalities like if you use.
No, not why. How is it working? Maybe Arjun? Suresh? You can know.
It's like this the get element ID, like we just see it as something and we just.
Yeah, maybe you can. Yeah, Mohammed.
Okay. Maybe the first activity, The intent here means that like container for data, share data between activities or
Android intent can be, I think this is the best line. Abstract is often operation to be performed.
okay, abstract. Alright, this is what you want.
I think this is the best line that describes what I intended.
Okay, can I see the code on the first activity?
So to start an activity, we used intent. We set up intent, we pass intent, right? And that starts our second activity. Here, see, we have second activity. We have set up an intent using second activity, and we start activity with that intent, which creates this second activity. But what we are also doing is, in that intent, we have put an extra stop, which is our string field, and we have put a string value. So this is just like,
Passing parameters.
yes, passing parameters, like blah, or I think this would be better, key value, right? So here in second activity, we can get intent dot get string extra. What is the key? Key was the key. So this will get string str equals to this, and if we
Toast.
string, okay, post this str post the so if we do this, if we do maybe this we are not getting this key because of this null. Let's not worry about that. But the idea is just like, if you can see here, we got key which is passed to here, right? So this is how we pass values between two activity, and when the second activity is closed, we can also start activity like start activity for result. We can also do this. This is again getting value from second activity. We are passing value from first to second, but we can also get from second to first.
But can I start the second activity without having intent?
Yes, that's what we did earlier.
Okay, so
Oh, without intent? No.
Yeah.
We
Without
need intent, but we can without this put extra.
yeah. I mean that the intent like a container or like
We need intent. We need intent.
we need intent
Yeah.
whenever we want to.
That activity.
And is there an intent for the first activity?
Yes, that would be. So this thing here is an intent actually. See, Android.intent, that category.launcher. So this is a system generated intent. When this intent is generated, we launch this activity.
So I think that everything is an intent or wrapped inside an intent.
It's difficult to say like that. We have so many intents in Android, that's true, but not everything is I wouldn't say that. Let's not talk about abstract right now. Now, let me show one more time, because I think most of us are already hungry. Let's try to make it a little fancy.
I have a little question. So this shows me that all the interaction between activities are going indirect ways through the intent.
Yes.
Okay, so is there any way like direct or like subscribing an event or something?
Intent is like an event, because in Android, for example, you are in an activity, a phone call comes, and intent is generated. Now it's up to you if you want to handle that. A message comes, and intent is generated. If you want, you can have your app read that message, right? A battery gets low, intent is generated. Battery gets done, and intent is generated.
Okay,
You can
so
listen, yeah.
so if I want to have like another event and the second activity, like the user push a specific button. Okay,
Yes.
so I want to fire something immediately.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, using
You can-
this intent or with a new intent.
No, you need to fire new intent. You can fire system-defined intent or your own. It's up to you. Okay, now let's try to
Where are the system defined how many are there?
lots.
Where are those?
Android intent.
It's a library?
It's API. So, there are lots. Blah 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 blah. You can check
It's a
it.
library basically.
API, yeah. It's an API. Well, let's try to do one thing because our environment activity is looking like that. So let's add where it is. Oh, web view. Okay, I think this one Yogendra can answer. Why this web view is right below this text view? Not on top of it. Earlier, when we dragged the button on it, it was on top of the text view, but now it's under the web view. Why? You?
Maybe it's defined now.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly
Yeah,
right. Because
simple
here we are
there.
using linear layout, and its orientation is vertical. Vertical means it gets that one after another. Fair enough. Now let's go to second activity, and maybe we can do this. String. String as opposed to, let's put this in a variable. Text as inside init. Let's get one. This is what we define part of integer. Come on, what is the name? We haven't set the package. Where is the one? Let's cross this to web view. Let's do web view one dot load URL s. I think we also need to
No, এটা অত তো করা যাবে না।
I think I do this. Or is it? Set with view client. I can just copy and paste this. Okay, let's see this, if this will work or not. So we are creating our own browser. We cannot open google.com, right? Why? Because in Android, whenever you want to use anything, you need to define it in Android manifest. So let's go back to our Android manifest, and this is why this file is very important. We need to define users permission. Android. Internet. Let's try. Let us try doing it for google.com. Here. So this is what we created. Now I will quickly go through this file, Android manifest file. This is a very important file, as I told you earlier. This defines users SDK. This is what our minimum Android version is. You can later change from here. This is how you define permission. There are many, for example, you want to use GPS, location, blah blah blah. You define here, and this is where you define your icon label for the application. But there are many things that goes in this file. You can take this. You can also do it from GUI. But while you are doing application development, you'll end up using one or two or many from here. Okay, so there's one thing I would wanted to show, but I don't think we have time. That is how we handle this. I'll just tell you the theory. We do that. We have layout here, right? So we need to create another folder called layout-land. That means new folder. And use this XML file here. And we can set up a different layout for here. Let's say if I don't even have any text at all. So this is our application will look in this orientation. Portrait command. So as you can see, we don't have a text field in this is what portrait, right? But if you go here, and we have text in here. So this is how we can define for different layout. We can different screen layout for different screen, different size. It's just how they what? What?
Orientation.
Yes, but you can define other for layout for small screen, layout for big screen, layout for everything. So any questions? No questions? Okay, then
What is
that-
that default skin? Last time you showed a gray color default skin.
What is
Default skin. Default layout.
default layout?
Yeah. No,
Main.
there's a gray color default layout, right? Last time you showed.
Web view? Did you mean web view?
Web view?
Yeah, what to yeah.
No, that's another, like we have many view right here. So this is a web view, which means that we can load
Yeah, that's
website, and this is not default, this is a web view.
okay.
To load web pages inside our app, we can use web view. You can use other views are here. You can use image, media, blah 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 blah, text view. Common ones are here.
There is, yeah, this.
What?
This, yeah.
Review?